concerned about new visa restrictions? If you're looking for a placement in a university as an international student, or perhaps you're looking for a placement in a medical school, or you are looking for a residency within the United States, you may have heard about new restrictions on international visas. My name is Clifford Falk. I'm a member of the New York State Bar. I'm a lawyer in Buffalo, New York. And I'll be speaking a bit today about the new restrictions. This is not intended as specific legal advice, but just a general overview. You should know that the pathway is not closed. This is perhaps your biggest concern, but it is not the case. There are ways to get in, but things have changed. There's no question. In May of 2025, the U.S. government temporarily paused new student visa interviews for F1, M1, and J1 applicants. Those are academic, vocational, and exchange applicants, respectively. The change came after the Secretary of State, the State Department, made a new policy wherein U.S. embassies and consulates paused new visa appointments. This is not forever, of course, but it is part of a larger plan to improve how visa applicants are screened, or at least as the State Department sees it, an improvement. One particular change involves, which you may have heard of, reviewing applicants' social media activity more carefully. Officers may save posts they believe are concerning, even if those posts have been previously deleted. While these updates may sound draconian, there's no reason to be overly alarmed. If your visa interview is already scheduled, it will still go ahead. The U.S. continues to take in, contrary to some press reports, international students, and many universities, colleges, medical schools, etc., are offering flexible start dates due to the delays. In other words, you may find that the institution that you're planning to attend is now adapting to the new rules. The visa interview restrictions only affect students who haven't yet scheduled their visa interviews as of May 27th of 2025. I'm speaking today on June 19th. If your appointment's already confirmed, you're not affected, meaning that even if they confirmed your appointment for some time in the future, you're not affected. Still make sure that you attend your appointment as you originally planned. Most students apply for visas about 1 to 2 months before their programs begin. Because of that, the current pause may not affect those starting in July or August, unless the delay continues for some time thereafter, after today, which it may, but that remains to be seen. This change is expected to be temporary. There is indeed an effort to put a new screening process in place, and the embassies will resume scheduling interviews shortly, it is expected. For now, keep in touch through your embassy, through your university. They will guide you, I should say, to the next steps to take. What those steps are depends on what happens, but it remains to be seen. Keep in touch. Now you may ask, why is the United States State Department investigating social media? Well, it may feel like this is an invasion of your privacy, but it's nothing new. Social media reviews began in 6 years ago already, in 2019. It's becoming more common, more consistent in all U.S. embassies, and background checks are nothing new, preceded the advent of social media as well. This goes back a very long time, this tradition. So it's nothing particularly new. The increased focus, however, is a part of the United States government's efforts to strengthen, as they see it, national security and improve background checks for visa applicants. In recent years, officials have started checking online activity to better understand who is applying. By reviewing social media accounts, they aim to do a few things. First, they want to do something that no one should have any objection to, and that is to confirm your identity and your intent. Why are you coming here? Secondly, they're looking to find differences between the social media posts and the visa application. What you cannot do is, hopefully you are aware, you cannot lie on your visa application. It can have serious consequences if that's discovered, so don't do that, and do make sure that that you don't put things that are inconsistent on your social media with your biographical information. Another thing, they want to detect potential security risks or links to harmful organizations. Those they deem terrorist organizations, for example. That is also for obvious reasons. They are looking for signs of what they call concerning behavior. Concerning behavior, of course, perhaps threats. You can imagine what those are. If you're using social media responsibly, there's no need to worry. It's just one more step in the review process. But do make sure that your posts, that your public posts, match the details in your visa application and reflect who you actually are. Now, international students are still desired in the United States. They're important to the United States. They are important to the economy of the United States and to innovation within the United States. So I would not expect at any point in the future for international students to be cut off entirely. Now, they added, it's thought by some, to about $40 billion to the U.S. economy during the 23-24 academic year. Their presence also supported, it is claimed by some nearly 400,000 jobs in areas like housing, transportation, dining, and healthcare. In particular, states such as California, New York, and Texas, which of course are three of the most populous states, saw the biggest economic gains. And in those states, it is felt very often by local officials, at least, that the international students are very important to their communities. So there is a great deal of support for international students within the United States, whatever else you may be hearing. In addition to boosting local economies, international students also play a major role in science and technology. That you are probably something of which you're aware. International students, it is thought, make up well more than half of full-time graduate students in STEM fields like computer science and electrical engineering. At many universities, the majority of PhD students come from other countries. After graduation, many stay in the U.S. through practical training, OPT, to apply their skills in industries that need innovation and technical talent. And many industries, of course, at this moment have many non-native born professionals working for them. So international students, again, just to be clear, are valued within the United States. They are welcome within the United States. I would not draw too great a generalization from the increased scrutiny by the State Department. Now, you need to know a few things about the visa interview restrictions. If you're planning to study in the U.S., you may be stressed a bit by the pause in the visa interviews, but with the right steps, you should be able to be ready on a moment's notice to resume your path towards study or perhaps residency within the United States. There's a few things you need to be cognizant of. You must remain updated. Check with your consulate or your embassy frequently. Follow your school's international office for the latest news. Now, things are changing rapidly, so again, please stay up to date. Keep in touch with your school. Your international office can guide you. It can help you with your paperwork. It can support your individual situation. Double check your records. Make sure your SEVIS record and visa documents are correct and up to date. And not to repeat myself, but make sure you use your social media wisely. Keep things respectful and consistent with your visa application. When in doubt, ask your advisor. Keep copies, which is to say, of important documents. Keep copies of your visa, your I-20, your passport, and your school letters. Be organized. Keep them in a safe place. If you have a safe deposit box, if you have a particular fireproof drawer at home, keep it there. Fireproof safe, let's say. Know your rights. Well, your rights are certainly not the same, and I want to be clear on that, as someone who is let us say, a citizen and living within the United States, and I want to be clear on that point. But in terms of some people believe that that free speech means that you can say whatever you like and they will still let you into the United States. That's not so if you're not a citizen, just to be clear. So again, goes back to the social media thing. Be a little careful about that. But do know that you do have some rights. Understand what you are allowed to do under your visa and what you're not allowed to do. Ask for help if something isn't clear. Get legal help if necessary. If you have concerns, talk to a school advisor or talk to an immigration lawyer before making major decisions. Staying prepared and connected will help you handle any changes with confidence and keep your U.S. study or perhaps residency plans on track. We understand that a U.S. student visa restriction or the new restrictions can feel discouraging, but don't assume that your dream of studying in the U.S. or perhaps getting a residency in the U.S. is now gone. That is still possible, and your goals remain attainable. And more importantly, you are not alone in this. There are, across the United States, as I mentioned, many people who are working on behalf of international students, international residents. There are many institutions, there are advisors, there are communities that support international students because they want them, both for economic reasons, to be very frank, but also to contribute to the growth of the United States and the well-being of the United States through our tradition of immigration. Now, that is pretty much the whole presentation for today. I've done this on behalf of Starmed, which has asked me to make this presentation, and I do want to reiterate that this is not specific legal advice in your case. If you need specific legal advice, you do need to consult an immigration lawyer. My name is Clifford Falk. I'm an attorney. Again, I'm a member of the New York State Bar, and I am grateful to Starmed for giving me this opportunity.